So we're going to start with trying to work on themes. This is a demo. So we've got, you can get purple theme, blue theme, red theme. The original black theme's lost, so obviously probably shouldn't do it quite like that. But you get the idea. As you can see, as I click on purple, you can see this is now changed to purple text. That's changed to purple text, and I've even changed the background color. I can change a myriad of other things, but obviously I didn't want to get too carried away, because once I've kind of got the concept applied to enough things, then I can go through from there. So we're eventually going to end up here, but before we go there, let's kind of start with something a little bit more simplistic and build it up. So we're going to have an unordered list, and from there the unordered list is going to have a list item, of course, and I'm just going to make them links. I can make it a drop down button if I want, but generally speaking you probably want them to just put a placeholder, work as a standalone thing where you can hide links. You can turn off their visibility when you don't want them or what have you. Red, gold, and I don't know, purple. Righto, so that's in there. Let's add a section with just a little h1 in there. So we've got a few things that we can style effectively. So let's have a look at what this looks like. So that's pretty raw. HTML. Let's just go background color grey and just test it's linked. It's linked. Okay, great. Let's get rid of a few basics. Oops. Right, margin 0 pixels. So this asterisk tag basically means every tag that would apply to your website that you're currently using, like the H1 and stuff that I've got further down. And right, so that'll give a few things, right? .nav. Did I give it a class at that? No, I just said a URL. Right, let's give it a class because we're into that. Nav. It just means I can identify this particular unordered list out from other ones that I might potentially have later on. So we're going to give it a display of flex. And we're going to justify the content to center. Give it a background color of white, I'm guessing. Or let's just say let's push it down. So top, bottom, say 20 pixels, left, right, 0 pixels. We add some padding, I guess. So padding, I might say 10 pixels top, bottom, and left, right, doesn't matter. They go outside the screen. I could add a border, little black border, but who cares? Okay, let's start spacing some of these individual things out. So, sorry, let's have a look. So that's done that. So I've made these things sit in the middle, and that's the display flex has made the list items kind of want to sit next to each other in a certain way, and then this justify content's made those list items sit in the middle. The rest of it's pretty obvious, right? So I can go .nav li margin top, bottom, 0 pixels, left, right, maybe say 5%. There you go. And I can go font dash size, I don't know, 30 pixels. That works. It's an ugly font, but we'll just leave it there because I can't be bothered. A hover. I'm going to leave it a neutral color because we're going to be changing the actual link color, so that should, yeah, it's got them. This has got every A link, so not the most specific way. And if I really wanted to be quite specific, .nav li, like that. Alright, I guess we'll do the section. Let's put some space because I hate typing when it's stuck down the bottom. Okay, so display. It doesn't really matter. Width 70% sounds nice. Background color. I'll do it black just because it's just a little bit faster to type. 0.4 I guess. Margin 20 pixels top bottom, and then we'll put it in the middle with auto. Add some padding so words aren't stuck up the top. 20 pixels, the all round will be fine. Border dash radius 20 pixels to make it look pretty. And then H1 I'm going to say font dash size is going to be 40 because it's, you know, it's a heading, and I'll add some margin. Top bottom maybe 5 pixels per se, and then left right I'm just going to go 2%. Right. Oh, and I'll give it a min height of the section, so min dash height, which is nice because it can grow if it needs to be. But there you go. There's your stuff in there, and we've got a link set hover with a very obvious color change of black. Okay, so first things first is we need some form of script action happening. Really what we want to do is when we click on one of these links, we want it to do something. So on click is your go-to, and then we're going to run a function. So I'm going to call this theme change. There's a function there, and I'm going to grab everything in there. Right, and then effectively we're going to have a function called theme change, and let's just go alert and just quickly test it. Right, so if I do this now, if I click testing, sweet, so this popped up. That's healthy, that's good. Now the question lies with, I've got a link that's red, purple, gold, the same function is running. How does it know I've clicked on this particular on click versus another color? So the only way to do that is actually to force feed an answer in. So it will then at least do as told, right? So now if I go in here and go color is what's being fed in. Testing, let's just go like this. Color. Let's just refresh this just in case. Testing, seeing gold. Okay. Testing purple. Testing red. This might not be the most efficient way to do it, but it kind of is on this scale. So there might be ways that are a little bit more elaborate and clever to do it, but at the same time, if you're just wanting a kind of a nice simple solution that works, it might be a few more lines of code, but it's just simple lines of code, then this is your kind of go-to, I would say. Right, so we need to store the color. Right, so when we've got this color that we've registered and we want to push it into somewhere, we need to, let's get rid of this for a sec, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. We want to change things. Okay, so I want to change maybe the background color here, so I'd have a class of theme, and the reason why I use a class is because there classes, you can use more than one class when referencing something with JavaScript, where if you're doing an ID can only get picked up once on one thing. Even if you write the same ID name down multiple times, it will only use one of them. So just chuck these all in because I want these to all get it, and I might want the H1 to get it. Okay, it's on a range of different things. on different kinds of things. So we're kind of giving a pretty thorough test. Right, so what we want to do is be able to get this class thing. We want to get them so that way we can then do stuff with them. There's the technical way of saying it. So document dot get element by ID, get element by class name. So returns a set of elements. So you can do more than one. Where this says probably where ID would probably say by get an element. When called on document object type. So what it does is it basically is going to return, because this is like, it's a body tag with theme, this is an A tag theme, this is an H1 with theme, and so they're going to actually store like a list of all the things that it applies to, in a kind of a unique way. So we've got them, and I might store that sort of changing equals this, because this is all the stuff that's changing. Okay, great. If I want to go alert, let's just go changing. It'll give you a bit of an idea of what it spits out. So this object HTML collection. Okay, so if we want to be able to then pull out something specific within it, then you'd kind of treat it like an array, and you'd do like this. Okay, object collection. Oh, did I say that? I did say that. But yeah, that's how we access parts of it. But because it's kind of in a bit of a funky way, you're not really going to get a huge amount of detail out of it. So that's all good and well. So effectively, if we're going to push, let's try and push a this color into these themes then. So because we need to go through all of them and not just one, we'll have to loop through all of them, which a for loop is the way to go. So we could do for each, but you know, potato potato. Okay, so if I equals 0, this is our loop counter. If I is less than changing dot length, so the amount of things, or the amount of ones that have the class of theme, then I'm going to just go keep counting through the loop and then do something. So I want to go, what do I want to do? Changing, so each one dot class list, there we go, class list dot add, and we want to add a new theme to it. So I'm going to add color, right? So here's the logic so far. We've fired a function that has whatever color that's specified in there. We've grabbed everything that has the class of theme, and then we're going to loop through all of them and add this new class. So it'll be a class of theme plus red, effectively, if I clicked red. Okay, that's how it's going to, in theory, should go down. So let's click red. Click red. Oh, did I say? I didn't have an alert there. Right, let's try again. Why is it still doing that? Don't do that. Let's run that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so it's run that now. So if I go here and check in here, you can see here class theme red under body. I can check in the list items now and check under here for class theme red under the A, and same with section with H1 class theme red. Okay, so it's now got more than one theme. If I wanted to test that, how do I do this? Oh, let's just grab the H1 because it's a nice easy one to grab. Okay, thank you. So it's body theme red. Okay, so H1, let's say H1 color black, but if H1 dot red applies, color red. If H1 dot gold applies, then color gold. You get where I'm going with this. H1 dot purple purple, applies, then color purple. Okay, applies. Right, see, it's already on red. Right, okay, so do it now. Click gold, click red. Oh, it didn't change. Oh, purple. So what we can see here is it's got all three colors and it's still got them applied, and then the reason why it's purple is because it's the last one on the list. That's why red didn't apply when I clicked it, because gold came after it, so it kind of did red then did gold anyway. And then you got purple, which is a lovely color to try and see. So we kind of got some of this in action, but we've clearly got an issue, is that we need to be able to remove the existing color that was on there last. And also I want to be able to, if I click purple again, I don't want it to like remove and edit just by default. I just want to kind of go, oh yeah, if it's on there, cool. So I kind of need to remember, okay, we'll just call it theme history, I guess. Would be a good name, theme history. And we're gonna chuck that in an array, and I remember that. So I'm gonna go theme history dot push. Okay, arrays by appending elements. So it pushes something in, but it pushes it generally onto the end of the array, not to the front, but to the end. Okay, so what I want to push in there is color. Oops. The semicolons aren't important, but in other programming languages they are. I'm in a habit of doing it, so that way if I switch over to other languages, not that I'm as versed, it's kind of a good practice to be into. So if anyone's wondering about that. Okay, so we've got this here, we've pushed this, and so let's just go alert. Actually no, I won't bother doing that, I'll just do it through a console log, thank you very much. Okay, so red, gold, purple. So I should have all three. So if I go to my console and then type in theme history, there you can see them all in there. I can go purple, purple, purple. I click that a couple times. Gold, gold. Clicked theme history. You can see there's all that clicking's in there. That's great. Now the problem is I don't really need to remember the entire history of everything. I just need to remember the history of the previous one done. So I'm naturally going to push in the newest one. I probably need to check if it's the first instance where I put something in. So do I need to remove something? So if theme history dot length, okay, if it is currently greater than 1, so it has 2 items or more in it, then I want to push. I basically want to remove the first ones on the list, because it's these ones here, which is the very first one I clicked. You remember I went red, gold, purple, then I started double clicking things. So that one there is the oldest one, and then the newest ones get added to the end. So I basically just want to take these old ones off and be left with this last one here. So then I want to go theme history dot what is it called? Is it pull? No, push, pull, shift. Shift removes the first thing. There you go, shift. Yeah, now I get there. Shift. Right. So let's try this again then. Gold, red, there. So I should. Purple was the last one I clicked in there. Purple is the only one I'm seeing. Right, so I'm remembering the last one. I probably need to remember 2, because the reason being is if I had been on purple before, I want to remember is the one that I'm currently just clicked. Current color. Oh no, I can store current color here like this. Such an egg. No. Okay, sorry, I'm talking in circles. So when checking this, obviously this color is going to be stored as color in here as the current one, but I need to know the one from 2 ago. Right. Then I need to check whether it's even worth running this. So let's say old color equals equals theme history dot length -1. No, is that right? No. Oh, the newest one gets chucked on the end, so that's not helpful. So we would just go like this, would go grab the first entry, which is the 0th one. Okay. Then would go if old color is not equal to color or, this is our good case, or we're doing it for the first time and there's currently nothing in that list. They should no, they should match. Oh, they should match. Okay, so or I know that the list is less than 1, so we need to push anyway. If theme history dot length is equal to 1, then we'll take this and we'll go through and do that. If that doesn't apply, it means I've clicked the same color twice. So what I need to do now is go changing square bracket I dot class list dot remove color. Now if I have doing this for the first time, color won't even be there, so it'll probably just kind of not really do anything for this and then just add a color anyway. So hopefully, let's see if the magic works. Red, gold, red, 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 red. What's happening here? Okay, let's purple, gold, gold. So it's not removing the previous one off there. Red, gold. Okay, so that seems to. Let's have a wee test. Red's on there again. Gold. Why did red not get removed? Alright, let's go look at theme history, red. Right. If old color is not equal to color, or theme list is equal to 1, then changing length, remove class color. Let's just go alert. Color. Removed. Let's just have a wee test, see what's happening here. Red. Red removed. Oh, because I clicked it that many times. Gold removed. Oh yeah, because it's for each item that has it. it says it's removing it, but it is not doing it. Alright, hold on, wee tick. Right, how do we look at excuse me, what was going on? Plus it was time to go to class. So we've got this going, but we've got this class not happening here. Our issue is we're removing simply the color, which is the current color, and then putting it back in again. So of course it's not going to change. So if we remove the previous color, hence why we even bother with this history thing in the first place, that's what the issue is. So if there were some people watching this and just scratching their heads at what I was doing, I apologize. Theme history 0, so that was the old color. So I could really just chuck in here old color, to be perfectly honest. Right. Same thing, so old color versus current color. Then when I go in here and I go red, gold, so you can see now it's removed. Red, back again, purple, gold, there. So that was the, that's kind of really it in terms of the code we need. And in terms of this here, you can get a range of things here. So we can do like body, body dot red. There's you know, like background image, what have you. We'll just go background color red. Yeah. But yeah, the kind of list of things that you can tinker with and go on with that, and you know, here dot nav a dot red color red. So I click red, there you go, they're red, and then obviously I'll do that with full gold and purple and stuff as well. But that's, yeah, you get the general gist in terms of what you want to play with there. I mean, obviously if you wanted to have this off to the side and you had it as a drop down navigation list and you could just say themes and then that would just be in and out there, then cool. There's a range of different ways you could look at doing it and having this visually as an option on the screen. But then you've got the crux of how to actually do the changing itself, and then how you decide to present it. That's totally up to you. So good luck.